Hey there guys, Max here. Today I'm going to bring you one of my product review videos, and this is the Bigger Carry-On by Away Travel. I'm using this as my primary bag and the Peak Design everyday backpack in the 20-liter version as what I'm living out of for about 8 months or so now. And I thought that I have some good insight that I could go ahead and share with you guys. So some of my stays are longer term, where I'm in full-size apartments, and others are shorter stays where I'm staying in very small hotel rooms and things of that nature. So I've got a lot of variables in my experience so far. Hopefully it's helpful to some of you guys out there. Now, I do believe in this luggage enough where I've got a link down below you can use to get yourself a little discount, and it'll also give me some credit for a future purchase of my own, hoping to one day get my hands on the aluminum version. So it'll take a lot of you guys to use the link below to get me there, but well, if this seems like a bag for you, I hope you'll consider doing so. I'll also add some other affiliate links for things like Amazon and whatnot, give me a little bit of credit towards other products that I use. You can also just utilize those to go directly to Amazon and do your shopping and give me some credit as well. There's no added charge to you guys for doing so, and it helps me keep going along on this journey, so I really appreciate it. Anyways, enough of that. Let me just get into the video here. Start telling you guys a little bit about my experience with this piece of luggage. Now, starting with the exterior of the bag, you'll see that I've put this one through the ringer a little bit. Definitely has some battle wounds, scuff marks, whatnot. I've been traveling with this in the year of 2020, so it hasn't actually even been, well, out and about nearly as much as I was anticipating. I haven't actually used this as a carry-on bag. It's been on 2 flights with me, but both of those times it was given as a check bag, and that's where a lot of these scuff marks come from. But you'll notice at the bottom here too, especially on the back side, when I'm wheeling this along behind me, it sits pretty low. The wheels are recessed, so when things pop up, they do end up catching the bottom there, and that's how that scuffing happened. Overall though, I'm going to say that the wheels have really held up well. I, again, have really been rather hard on this bag, just taking it with me everywhere. Yanking on it, pulling on behind me, and just dragging it as I make my way places, and it's held up rather well. One of the things that you probably have heard about already is this handle, which kind of shakes around quite a bit. It feels rather loose and wonky, but overall, I'm going to say it's held up really well. Again, just dragging this thing everywhere. I'm not putting excessive torque on this by any means, but I'll pick it up and, you know, pop it up on curbs. Again, being rather hard on it, and it's held up really well. I don't think it's changed any in the time I've had it. It still functions, you know, just as it did when I first got the piece of luggage. It's got a few different locking positions. But yeah, so overall that's done really well. The wheels themselves, even with all the abuse I put it through, they are holding up really well. Also, this right here, I don't know how well it's going to come across exactly in the video. It's kind of a bright blue. This is, I think they called it the classic blue. It was a limited edition kind of a deal. On the exterior here, I did go ahead and get the version with the battery bank, which is a very convenient addition. Love having the ability to carry a battery pack with me, because I'll put it in my day bag if I'm just taking that out for the day. But also when I'm going from one place to another, I have it accessible. I can put it inside of here, so it's got a place to be held where I can still charge things if I need to. The battery itself does have a bit of a fast charge port, the blue one, and these are just both USB-A standard style, and then the black one here is just a standard output. But They don't offer a PD or power distribution, such as one that would offer a charge to a laptop or something like that. It's a 10,000 milliamp hour battery, which this has been what, as far as I know, they've been using pretty much the whole time. And I think the capacity would be okay to give your laptop a little boost, but nowadays they probably could pack even more into pretty much the same housing. It'd be really nice to see maybe one USB-A port and then another USB-C, maybe make it an input-output that would give you a power distribution. I think the technology nowadays is good though. You could probably fit more capacity into this battery, as well as definitely giving the PD option. But this battery, you just push it down, real nice and easy. Little door shuts it in there, and now you're all contained. I just go ahead and throw this back into my bag, and what I have on my back isn't all that much weight at all. I'm not saying this battery is really heavy, but you know, everything adds up. And when you get to go and check it, I guess a lot of airlines, they say, even if you're going to have it as with you in the cabin, you want to take this out. But really, it's nice to have this with you. So maybe you're putting it in a smaller bag that you can put underneath the seat in front of you, and then you have availability to charge any device that you're using on the flight really nice and easily. And of course, you've got your TSA lock here. One thing I wish that they actually would do something a little better. It comes with I don't know if it's faux leather, fake leather, or actual leather, but a tag. It's rather large. I never end up using it. This is a retractable. Let's see if I can get it here. Just a little guy that kind of retracts there. I'm surprised it hasn't yanked off when I've checked the bag, but it's held up pretty well. Just some cheap little thing I found on Amazon. I would love to see something integrated in the back, something that would slide up. I don't know, either up here or back here, somewhere like that would be nice. Just where it's compact, there's nothing else hanging off the bag. But the shell itself, when you have this thing packed up, and this bigger version carries somewhere, I think it's a little bit under 50 liters is what they have it categorized as. The hard shell keeps everything nice and compact, and that's one of the ways where you can get a lot of stuff into this bag. Now, it will give a little bulge here if you're not really careful about how you're packing it. That's been something that was pretty nice for me early on. I'm actually getting a lot better, and one of the reasons why I'm doing this video is because I believe I'm going to be able to downsize a bit more. And also, I'm kind of leaning towards being a little bit more mobile. Like I said, I've kind of put this thing through the ringer, just dragging it behind me everywhere. And it's got the handle on the top and another one on the side. But when this thing's packed out, and I put it on the scale one of the times being checked, and I had a little over 20 kilos worth of, it weighed a little over 20 kilos. Which I think is 44 pounds, maybe a little bit more. And so when you have that much stuff, well, number one, when you try to grab it from the top here, it hangs kind of low. Obviously that depends on your body and whatnot, but also, you carry it from the side, it just kind of leaves you off center quite a bit. So I'm leaning towards getting a backpack style, debating on exactly what I'm gonna do, because I still feel like I'm gonna have a separate day bag. But anyway, that's for another video. Yeah, so let's move on to the inside of the bag. So nice smooth zippers too. Even filling this thing up considerably and really getting down on it to inch this zipper back shut, the zipper's held up perfectly. Never had a problem with it. Still very smooth, feels great. You can see that one of the things, and this is just common with any hard-sided luggage, that it takes up a rather large footprint, as well as you have the shallower capacity, I guess you would say, just on both sides. For me personally, I don't know if you watched my other video, my first bag that I started carrying with was a It was a backpack style. It was a 65 liter transporter by Osprey. Just has a zipper up top, U-shaped, so it's deeper. And when you flap that open, you just don't need the same footprint. That's been one of my issues with this bag, is that when I'm in smaller places, like little hotel rooms, yeah, you can obviously make do, but you got to tuck this. Sometimes the only place to open it up is going to be right in one spot in the floor, say like on the side of the bed. And you can only open it up, you take out what you need, and then you have to close it back up and kind of push it off into a little area on the side, or maybe you can slide underneath the bed, variety of things. But for me, I ran into a few situations where I just had to, pack it up and then close it back up and put it off to the side. And in those small places, you don't necessarily have a lot of places to put all of your stuff, your clothes and whatever else you might need to get into. So you're kind of going in and out of your bag. That's just one of those things that I'm thinking is useful information for you guys. Just think about that on what type of traveling you're going to be doing with your bags. Overall, if a hard-sided piece of luggage like this, I see it working out great in many situations. And if it's something that you're after, I would highly recommend this bag. One of the things that you're probably noticing if you've looked at this bag before is that this actually comes with a divider, which you would actually go underneath these straps, compress down with these compression straps. But I took it out because you're pretty much always going back and forth if you're getting into the zipper side, splitting it up, or you can put it over on these backside straps so that it comes out this way, but now you've got even bigger footprint, which just was a drawback for me. So that for me, I just left that behind. They do have a laundry bag that's into a little built-in zipper compartment. I've actually never even utilized that because for me personally, I like the Clean Dirty packing cubes by Eagle Creek, or also Peak Design makes another one that has that same feature. It's a secondary zipper kind of on the back side of these, where if you actually need to deal with dirty clothes, you can just tuck them into that and never have to worry about this. But it takes up pretty much no room at all, just stays nice and compact down here, so it's fine. Never know when you might actually want to use that anyway. And this other zipper side works really well. Usually what I'll do is I'll put my smaller items over on this side here, so you can zip them up, put them away, no problem. And also, maybe you'll put those towards the end so that if I do need to just kind of grab something really quick, or put all of my items that are not being used at the time or that I don't need very often. I've got a tripod that I've been carrying around with me. I put that over there because I only need a tripod every once in a while. Or it's been summertime, so my winter clothes were over on that side. Things like that, they just tucked away, not gonna really think about too often. Now, this bag right here, it falls very much so in the middle of the road on price range. Some people might look at it as very expensive. I've heard plenty of comments about that. It comes in around the $250 range, which, yeah, that's a little bit of money, but they've got a very good warranty. The wheels, like I said, have held up extremely well. Just all around the bag's held up really well. On the upper end, you can find bags, thousands of dollars or whatever. I have no idea how well those would hold up. Never tried them. Cheaper bags in the $100 range, and always hear, and I've seen people dragging these through the airports and various cities where the wheel has busted off and now you really have dead weight that you're lugging around. Not to mention if you're dealing on cobblestones, which that's another area where, yeah, it's never going to be fun dealing with a wheeled bag over cobblestones. But some really big cobbles that definitely this bag was never designed for, I've had to deal with. And I didn't feel like picking it up because these were rather long distances. Just slow it down, and I was able to get through no problem. And again, these wheels, it's still gliding really nicely, nice and smooth. Haven't had any issues with that. Once I've got back onto nice terrain, it's fully loaded. It was doing really well. So yeah, all in all, I have to say that I do like this bag quite a bit, and I'd love to hear any of your personal experiences or thoughts down below in the comments. If you have any other questions that maybe I buzzed right over, or just you're thinking I might be able to help you out with, and making up your mind if this is the right bag for you, please drop in the comments down below as well. And again, I'll have links for this bag through the manufacturer, Away Travel, down below. It gives you a little discount on your purchase, and I believe that's only on purchases of pieces of luggage. They have some accessories that probably won't qualify for, and then also it does give me credit towards some future purchases for myself, as well as I'll drop some other links for some of my favorites packing items through an affiliate program, most likely all on Amazon, where it gives me a little credit if you use that to make your purchases, and greatly appreciate that to help me kind of keep this thing going. So hope everybody's doing well out there, and thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.